The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse if this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers.
He's got Harris running the slant.
He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Rodgers again now. It's caught inside the 25. And in for the Steelers touchdown. A big play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Steelers are on the board here in the final minute of the first half. Boswell good with the extra point, and they'll cut the lead to 21-7. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Browns drive about to get started.
Already enjoying a 2-score lead here late in the second quarter. Not a ton of time left. We'll see if they can work this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 to add on even more to their lead.
Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks.
And as a quarterback, you always want to exploit gaps in the defense, and he finds one here. Crossing route, working from right to left across the field. And once you get defenders going in the wrong direction, it is awfully hard for them to pivot back, and you end up getting the first down.
On 1st and 10, Watson eluding the pressure right. Now he's going to send this one deep right side.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. And the Steelers are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line.
They are in an interception mood on defense. Had 2 nice interceptions a week ago. Now 2 here in the first half.
Yeah, we call it ball hawking. And the only way to truly be good ball hawks is not guessing. It's not just simply anticipation. It's study and understanding what they like to do and beating them to the spot and creating big plays.
Well, they're watching the film, and it's working. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Throwing now is Rodgers. He's going to launch it for Washington. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
But based on the last 2 play calls we just witnessed, the word conservative is not in their playbook. Incomplete, and then they decide to throw deep from this point on the field. That's a team that's really getting after it.
Back near the goal line, here's Rodgers. And that is incomplete.
Good clean play, no flags coming out of the pocket of the officials. Turns into an incompletion, and that should get them off the field with a 3 and out.
And he'll try and hurry the kick, gets it away, but it's not looking that great. Here comes Grant on the return. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. That'll go down as just a 20-yard punt. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime.
York able to send this one through.
And that will do it for this first half. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, the Steelers going to get the football first here, trailing on the scoreboard as we are back underway on EA Sports.
Austin elects to bring this out of the end zone. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
They look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right?
And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Juan Thornhill. And the Browns are going to take possession of the football.
Well, I certainly think that we're seeing a big reason why this team has struggled to put points on the board so far, because too many of their drives have ended in turnovers already, and we still have almost a full half of football yet to play.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
If you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Watson off play action. And this is caught at the 8. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. They'll run with Chubb. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now.
Not a whole lot there on 1st and goal, and that's what you're looking for defensively. You'll certainly live with giving up just a yard or 2 in this situation.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. Here's Watson. Flush to his right. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal.
Handoff up the middle, Hunt. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, so no help there. And now 4th and goal. The free safety roaming all the way up to the line of scrimmage to make that stop.
How about his ability to trust his eyes and figure out it was not a pass play and go fast towards the line of scrimmage in order to make that tackle?
On 4th down, Watson. And oh, it'll be intercepted. And the Steelers are going to take possession of the football. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now it's Rodgers. Forced out to his left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. A surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And the Browns are going to get this thing back. Excellent field position. Flushed out right. And he's got the speedster Goodwin. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. They'll go left side on the ground with Chubb. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7.
Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense The next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. Now Watson. Now a diving effort right sideline. He's got it. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Anthony Schwartz, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year, as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Extra point by York is up and good. And the lead is now 24. Austin elects to bring this out of the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
A good gain on first has him set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. They'll toss to Harris. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
Not your normal call in short yardage, but the toss works very well there. Big people out in front, being physical, and they pick up a 1st down.
Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Rodgers going to throw. He'll let it fly for Austin. And got his man complete. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Calvin Austin, 69 yards. And the Steelers are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd. And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2. And he'll find his way in for 2. And we're back to a 2-score game. The lead's cut to 16. And they decide fairly early here they need the ball back, so here's an onside kick. And the Browns are able to cover this one up. The risk-reward of the onside kick, when you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things. Now that they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
And this is caught inside the 5. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Marquise Goodwin, 44 yards. And the Browns are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter. Extra point by York is up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 23. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And it'll come out to the 25. Austin not going to try and return it. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball. and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard. As quarterbacks like to do, he pushed it downfield on that throw, but I think that since he was outside the pocket and there was open space, it would have been a good time for his first carry of the game.
Well, thanks for joining us here on a Thursday night in the NFL. Third quarter, 2nd and 10 coming up. They'll try the right side with Harris, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. He'll let it fly for Austin. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
Now Rodgers got to have this one. And they work this well upfield across the 45. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the 4th. But a nice first down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution, even though the scoreboard is going against you. You want to find out who's going to fight, who's going to scrap, who's going to keep their heads up and continue to play.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Rodgers now to throw. He'll let it fly for Austin. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Anthony Brown. And the Browns are going to take possession here at their own 6-yard line. Another solid game-changing play for this defense with the interception. At this point, though, I don't know that it's game-changing. I mean, they've got this one in firm control.
And you always hear about, you know, those stories about someone left their game plan behind and maybe you benefit from it. I'm not going to say that that happened, but they certainly have appeared on defense to be a step ahead this entire game. Guys are always in the right spot in order to make a play.
The offense has had its moments, too. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. To throw is Watson. Rolling to his right. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete. Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
A shotgun snap for Watson. That's big Cameron Hayward adding another sack to his career total.
I think most quarterbacks would love to have the goal line actually extend up into the air and turn into a wall, and they could put their back against it and know exactly where they are on the field so they don't end up in the end zone. Didn't do it on that play, but perilously close to the goal line.
Now Austin. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. A three-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But if they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, that's still a benefit to this squad.
On first down, Rodgers. On the right side, this is Austin with a catch.
And he's going to get this down near the 25.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit.
Touchdown!
George Pickens.
25 yards for the touchdown.
And the Steelers get a bit closer.
And now the Steeler offense staying out there, and they'll go for 2.
They're going to run it with Harris.
And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. Defensively, certainly not fooled there. Play started at the 2, and he was tackled at the 2.
That has to feel good for them. Not happy about having given up the touchdown, but stopping the 2-point conversion gives them a little bit of a lift as they head to the bench.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Throwing now, Watson. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception.
And the Steelers are going to take possession of the football.
Well, when I looked down, he was kind of shaking his head right after he threw that pass. What did you see?
Well, from a defense's perspective, anytime you have your eyes back towards the quarterback, you're in a position to make a play on the ball, whether it's a big-time play by you or an overthrow by the quarterback. You have a much better opportunity.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers.
He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone.
Oh, what a heck of an effort there as he'll make the diving catch. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers.
Calvin Austin.
His 2nd touchdown of the night.
And the Steelers have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
And the Browns are able to cover this one up. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. Watson now to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
Oh, that's good decision-making right there. Understood down and distance. Knew it wasn't 3rd down, and he still had another opportunity to earn the 1st down. Good job throwing it away and avoiding an interception.
Now Watson. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. In motion is Grant. Now it's Watson. And that will be incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
And Bojorquez on to punt as he gets it away.
Unfortunately, he's able to recover himself, but the clock's still rolling here.
I know there's no magnet in the ball, but sometimes for the punt returner, after such a scramble, it sort of feels that way, doesn't it? He has it, he loses it, somehow the ball finds its way back to him.
Atone for his sin, and you know he's taking a deep sigh of relief right now. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not real.
He's got a man complete.
And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Rodgers to throw. And he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a one-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
And this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try. A give. This is Chubb.
He's got it to the 43 here.
Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
Now after the run by Hunt, here's 1st and 10. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line. And with inside of 10 seconds, 8 to be precise, we get whistles and a timeout on the field. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Watson. Eluding the pressure right. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end, but now this game is over.
Well, a couple more minutes, and maybe the outcome of this one, Charles, would have been different, but ultimately time runs out on the